Hello guys, let's solve this question together, okay? So we have 9 to the power of x multiplied by 3 to the power of x all over 3 is equal to 15. And we're looking for the value of x in this equation, okay? This is very interesting question. So what's the solution? All right, let's repeat the question again. It won't do us any harm, okay? All right, over 3 is equal to 15. Now, first thing to do here is to cross multiply, or we can just multiply both sides by 3. Let's say multiply both sides by 3 because we want to eliminate this numerator. So for one thing you should know is that in mathematical equations, there are always reasons for taking every step. So now this is because we want to remove this numerator. So we have 9 to the power of x multiplied by 3 to the power of x over 3 multiplied by 3 is equal to 15 multiplied by 3. So this would cancel this. So we are now left with 9 to the power of x multiplied by 3 to the power of x is equal to 15 multiplied by 3 will give us 5. All right. Now we have 3, we have 9, and we have 3. And we can express 9 in base 3 to be similar to this. Okay. So 9 can be written as 3 times 3, which we know as 3 to the power of 2, right? So let's write 9 as 3 to the power of 2. Then we have our x. Let's not forget that as the exponent there. Then we have 3x is equal to 45. Now, when you're dealing with this kind of, we have a rule where you have a to the power of m raised to the power of n. The same thing as a to the power of m n. So that means we are multiplying the powers, right? So here, let's multiply these powers to give us 3 to the power of 2x multiplied by 3 to the power of x is equal to 45, right? Good. So another rule that we can apply here is when you have a to the power of m multiplied by a to the power of n, the same thing as saying is a to the power of m plus n, because we have our bases the same, and here we have 3. So we can add up the powers, right? So here we add up these two powers. That means we have 3 to the power of 2x plus x is equal to 45, right? So when we add this up, we have 3 to the power of 3x is equal to 45. Okay? So before we proceed, I'd like us to give me a thumbs up if you're enjoying this video. And please support me by subscribing to my channel so that I can grow and also reach more people. Please don't forget to do that. Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to be we're going to say take log. We're going to take the logarithm of both sides, right? So we'll do that, we'll have log 3 to the power of 3x is equal to log 45. Okay, now applying a logarithm rule here, that when you have log a to the power of x, it translates to x log a. Okay, so now this x comes here just like this. So now this will now become 3x log what? 3. You're right. That's equal to log 45. Now we are looking for the value of x. So the natural thing to do is to erase this other part by dividing both sides by 8. We are looking for this value, but x is attached to 3, right? But if you want to look for this, you have to take out this one first. So it's a step-by-step process. So divide both sides by log 3. So we'll now have 3x log 3 divided by log 3 is equal to log 45 divided by log 3 as well, because you said divide both sides. So log 3 will cancel log 3, we'll have 1. Now it has 3, now is now 3x is equal to this. So let me wipe off here while we continue solving, right? Please, if you have not hit the subscribe button yet, please don't forget to do that. Help me to grow my channel. Thank you. So we have 3x is equal to log 45 over log 3, right? Now, we can express 45 as what? 9 times, or we can, let's say, 15 times 3. Yeah, because we have a denominator of 3. So let's stick with our 3 to ensure that we still have 3 on our numerator. So we'll have log 3 multiplied by 15 will give us 45 over log 3. Now, another logarithm rule that we'll be applying here is when you have log A multiplied by B, you can write it as log A plus log B. So we're going to be doing that here. So this is now 3x is equal to log 3 plus log 15 all over log 3. Now, because you have this denominator for both here and here, when you have something like A plus B over C, you can write it as A over C plus B over C. So still the same thing, right? Yes. So we now have 3x is equal to log 3 over log 3 plus log 15 over log 3. Okay, so this would cancel this, give us 1. Then we'll wipe up the other side. Now, we now have that our 3x is equal to, this should be equal to, my bad, 1 plus log 15 over 3. Log 15 over 3. Okay, so now this is now 3x is equal to 1 plus 15 can be written as what? 3 multiplied by 5. Now, the trick is to always make sure that your denominator is a factor of the numerator until you can't, you're not able to find any factors anymore. Then you can now say this is the least logarithm form to express the equation in. So now this is now over log 3. Like I said initially, that when you have this expression this way, it translates to this. So let's apply the same thing here. Okay, so this is now 3x is equal to 1 plus log 3 plus log 5 all over log 3. Now we have 3x is equal to 1 plus log 3, just like I explained earlier. Here, a plus b over c is the same thing as saying a over c plus b over c. So this is the same thing as saying 3 log 3 over log 3 plus log 5 over log 3. All right. So here, log 3 cancel log 3, which is 1. So we now have 3x is equal to 1 plus 1 is 2 plus log what? 5 over log 3. Now, I mentioned earlier that we would keep expressing the numerator, which is 5, or whatever number that you have, as a factor of the denominator. But you can see that you have 3 here. This, you can't express 5 for that. 3 times multiplied by anything can give you 5. So we'll just leave it at that, right? So the next step now is to convert this, to do what we call a change of base in the logarithm rule. So when you have log A over log B, to change the base of this, you can write it as log what? A base B. So the numerator, the denominator always becomes the base of the equation. So now this is now 3x is equal to 2 plus log 5, correct, base 3. You're right, right? Now we are looking for the value of x. I said it is a step-by-step process. So now looking for the value of x, we divide here by 3, divide everything here by 3. So 3 here 1, 3 here 1. We now have that x is equal to what? 2 plus log 5 base 3 all over 3. This is our value for s, but stick around. Let's do what? The sweetest part of solving any mathematical equation is to be sure that, yes, you got the answer. So don't move. Let's be sure that this value is correct. Otherwise, we'll start afresh. But let's pray that we don't have to do that here. That would just, check and we get the correct answer. We are sure that this is the correct answer. So let's do a verification. So we'll verify. Let's break this down first. Here will now become 9 to the power of x multiplied by 3x to the power of x is equal to this multiplied by this is what? 45, right? So this is 3 squared to the power of x multiplied by 3x is equal to 45, right? So we can now say this is 2 to the power of 2x multiplied by 3 to the power of x is equal to 45. This will add each other. So we now have 3 to the power of 2x plus x is equal to 45, right? So 3 to the power of 3x is equal to 45. So at this point, you can now insert the value of our x, which is 2 plus log 5 is 3 all over 3 in this equation. So we now have 3 to the power of 3, and our x is what? 2 plus log 5 base 3 all over 3. Is it equal to 45? Now, this is over 1. This cancel this. So we are now left with 3 to the power of 2 plus log 5 base 3. Is it equal to 45? All right. So now in the logarithm rule, when you have a to the power of m plus n, the same thing as saying a to the power of m multiplied by a to the power of n. Okay, so let's do that. So we now have 3 to the power of 2 multiplied by 3 to the power of log 5 base 3. Is it equal to 45? 3 squared is going to give us what? 9 multiplied by. Now we have 3 to the power of log 3, log 5 base 3. Now this is 3, this is base 3, and this is log 5 base 3. So the bases will cancel each other. So this will cancel this. So we're now left with 5. Now, is it equal to 45? So what's the value of 9 times 5? That's 45, right? That is equal to 45. So you can see that from here, our left hand side is the same as our right hand side. That gives us an assurance that our value for x to be 2 plus log 5 base 3 over 3 is absolutely correct. Bye-bye. See you in another amazing one.